So now we're going to continue with Feijia, and after the Feijia, some Feijia. But before that, I teach other styles as well, and there are not many to practice them. But let's take an exercise out of the old style, starting with this. Drop. Notice the open shoulder, not just hanging there. It has this looseness, or this position. Now the movement we're going to make starts like this. There. There. Mind my leg, watch my leg, following the rotation of the center. So I bring the arm up. Here it feels like one length, and it's one length spiraling towards the palm, and then from the palm spiraling back to the center. So you bring it in position, you see there, round and return, round and return from the side, like praying but reverse, close to the chest but not against the chest. Drop. Raise like the first qigong, only higher. Rotate and return. Spiral out. Spiral in. The spiraling in brings the hand back to its place in front of the chest. We drop. Spiral out. Spiral in. Open. Out. In. Now watch my other hand follow, and it stays close to the elbow. It's the center that rotates. Spiral in. Open. Spiral out. Spiral. Sorry. Open up. Spiral out. Spiral in. Change sides. So drop the arm. It's really loose. It's the center that moves. Open up. The center rotates out. Spiral out. Spiral in. Open up. Spiral out. Spiral in. Open up. Spiral out. Spiral in. Change sides. Open. Out. In. Change sides. Let the arm fall and then spiral out. In. Change side. Out. In. Go. Energy comes over the back. All upward movement is yang qi. Yang qi rises over the back. So Your starting position, yang chi rises over the back and over the outside of the arm. Yin chi on the inside of the arm, flexible going down. Up. In. Up. In. Drop. Drop, up, in, drop, up, in. Okay, now I'm going a bit to the side. Drop, up, rotate, complete the rotation step. And now this hand continues its movement until both hands are in front of the chest again. So, looking the other way around, it would be with the same arm, drop the arm, raise, rotate, there, up, continue, almost Feijia, the arm falls out. So again, drop, raise, rotate, yang chi over back. And now you know it, so we drop the arm, up, rotate, drop, the hands meet, they rise, up. Both hands in front of the chest. This arm up, down, up, rotate, arms up, there, continue, up, rotate, up. Okay, let's have some fun. Up, rotate, the hands meet and they rise through the back, one arm goes out, and when it falls into position, you fall as well. Keep the heels to the floor while you rise. Change sides. Knee, up, and up. Rotate. I have no place. I have to shift on the spot. So up and sit. Up and up. And now just turn at the spot. One foot on the place of the other foot. There. And you keep the center in the center. So what you get is a turn. Watch my feet on the spot where you do not move like this, going like that. That's the same effect like when you shake a bottle of Coke. So it goes all the way, poof, but after that it's dead. So you want to keep the chin nice and quiet by rotating on the spot. And one of the points of attention in that is that your feet change place. There. Now try this, relax the abdomen. Again, make yourself a chimney pipe just like in the Barrow Jin, but now with the feet in a squatting width. Feel the abdomen. Focus on the abdomen while you make a 180-degree turn. You will feel it going There, if you can focus enough. Okay, now let's turn back. Focus on the abdomen, feel its roundness, and turn. Now, one more. Relax the abdomen. Align the top of the head, the openness of the top of the head, through the throat, through the chest. Then there's the abdomen, relax, make it round, allow it to expand. And then you have all these circles aligned. The circle at the top of the head, that's one. The circle, let's say, at the collarbone. You have a circle at the diaphragm. You have a circle below the trunk. And then you have a circle where your feet are standing. All these circles, you want to feel how they are properly aligned. That one is smaller than the other, doesn't matter. Just put them exactly like this children's toy with all the rings on the pin. Just put them on the spot. And feel like that. Feel yourself like the central axis. And all the circles are circling around that center. That means that none of these circles is allowed to go to the side when you turn. There. If you go too slow, it's difficult. If you go too fast, then it becomes too physical. Same way back. Relax the abdomen, feel the axis, rotate. There. It's a relatively difficult exercise, but practice makes perfect. Of course, this is not enough practice, so we're not perfect, but we're going to implement it in the step we've just practiced. First, let's repeat that movement. So it started with breathing. Drop. Raise. Up. The center rotates. You rotate around the center, keep the center still. And then you allow your leg to fall, the arm continues, the yang qi rises, you make a position. Let's forget about the squat for a moment. Drop. Up. Out. Rotate the center, still in its place. And still on the spot. And then you allow the leg to fall. The legs hang down from the bend. There. But we do not have kilometers to walk. You could make a nice walk in the park with it, going there and then you move up, and then you continue and you move up. But I'm out of the picture and maybe you are out of the window already, so let's not do that. Now we're going to combine these two exercises, the rotation and this step. The feet switch places. Okay. Go. Up. The center stays still. Up. And drop. Raise, use the raising motion to have the arm go up. On the spot. Short bounce. Up again. Down. Up. On the spot. Short bounce. I exaggerate a bit so you can see. And drop. Up. Short bounce. Yang qi rises. Full squat. And bounce up. Short bounce. Down. Keep the dantian on the spot. Don't mind too much about the feet. Approximately on place, as long as the dantian can keep still. Up. Good. Now about the arm movements. This one we've been paying attention to. This one is not so easy. We have already been practicing it in the Feijia, more or less. There. So, but it's two arms combined. Now there is a basic exercise from small to large, from large to small, where you put your hand on your wrist, like this. Maybe you want to switch to the larger camera. Then you rotate, change, and let go. And again, in. So the hand that's on top constantly changes. There. It's actually like you grab your wrist, like somebody grabs your wrist, and you rotate out, and you grab back. Like that. Like that. There. Yes. So you can see one hand on top. The lower hand goes towards your abdomen, your chest, rotates on the inside over the outer arm, and then the outer arm becomes the lower arm, and it does the same. Down, up, up. So you get a continuous motion there. Now what you're looking for is the sensation that you're not moving the arms, but it's you drop them, and it's the back that pulls them up. And it's a bit like the fourth qigong, where you rotate, you have a sensation of rotation, not only with the arms like this, but also on the outside going over the top of the head. So here, it's the back that brings the arms up, outside of the neck, over the head, and at the front, the chi goes down. Large circle, up and down, 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 and constantly changing. Watch the hands, how they constantly change about who's the boss, who's on top. There. Good. Now relax the abdomen, feel it expand, feel its roundness. Just allow the arms to hang. And now we're going to use the muscles of the pelvis to get a sense of rotation. So you start with the muscles of the genitals, then the perineum, then the muscles of the anus, and front to back to slightly contract, contract, contract in a wave-like sensation. So what you get is, well, I can't show this, but it starts at the front. By contracting, I have this sensation of going to the back. Then I move up, not too far. I do not want to move up all the way there, but just this height. And then this has become a bit thin. And now I start lowering and relaxing at the front. There. Then I'm at the front again. So I use the muscles of the genitals. And again. And try to make the abdomen feel like it's rotating. Let's try this for a moment. Just stand. Sit on your legs. Soften the back, soften the neck. Open the pipe. Relax the abdomen. Mind you, if you relax the abdomen, do not relax everything down there. It should actually feel like if you're holding up, you need to go to the bathroom, but you're holding up your, so you do not want to relax too low in the body, but the abdomen relaxes. Then use the muscles from front to back slowly. The sacrum through the diaphragm, and at the front relax from the top down until you're down again, and you're constantly making this type of rotation sensation. You might notice that breathing adapts all by itself, so we're not going to say you have to use this breathing technique or that breathing technique. It's difficult enough as it is. Back to the exercise. This one. Genitals. From front to back, over the back. From the kidneys to the front. Raise and go down at the front. So what you're doing here as a circular motion with the contact of hand to wrist is what you're doing here at the same time. Is that all? No, of course not. That would be too easy. It's of course also the circulation we've been talking about in Qigong. Rising yang over the back and yin going down at the front. Exactly over the body, not important. Feel a field around you. Feel how you raise through the back, you descend at the front. In order to descend, you must make sure that when the arms go down, the body does not fall, because then you stagnate. You can feel it physically that you're folding, so make sure that it's open, not this open, this far open that the back closes, but it's the back that goes up over the head. And now, how far? Well, feel your face. If you can't feel something going down in front of your face, then you're too far or too close. So find the proper distance in front of the throat, in front of the chest, and then you're down again. So there is a large circulation, definitely orbit. There is a smaller circulation, the Dantian rotation, and there is the physical part where you do this. It all has to come together. Of course, not all at the same time in your development, but yes, at the same time in your practice. Well, so up and down, up and down, up and down, underneath, back, over the head, front of the body, under the body, back to the back, and 10 rotates. Not hand on hand, but hand on wrist. Why is that? First, this as an exercise has an external goal as well. It comes from a martial art. It's part of a martial art, so it has martial art purposes. And it is intended to train you in the automatism that if somebody grabs your wrist, that before the grab can lock and really put strength in it, so just on contact, you're quicker. Just on contact, you're quicker. Yeah? So that's a game to get a habit like this. Yeah? Then there is, of course, the connection to, well, Qigong-like exercise, which you need for the martial art as well. It gives you sensitivity, it gives you construction, and when you have and sensitivity and construction, well, if you add these two, that equals to power. Well, there is one factor missing, and that's proper timing. Right? So sensitivity, timing, construction, that's all there is to it. And that's what this exercise intends to give you. How? Well, we've just done this exercise from there, up, out. So now we're going to shift. It's still this exercise, hand on the wrist. There, but now watch. I place my hand more or less on the elbow, and it goes out. So there, and now I go to the elbow. So I rotate not on the wrist, but on the elbow, and I do not complete the rotation, not like this in a continuous manner, but there, move up, close to the elbow, up, drop, up, up, drop, up, drop, let go. So it makes this habit as well. Every movement of this old style has this type of rotation at its core. So you can imagine how important this exercise is. Let's continue. So there, but now we add the previous exercise. See my hand staying at the elbow. I rotate. Now the hand comes on the inside. There. I drop. There, watch the hands. There, and sit. And drop. Raise. Rotate. Down. Up. There. Up. Rotate. Down. There. And that all with only this exercise. How do you make the rotation bigger? How do you change in this style from the small heavenly orbit, not change, but how do you expand from the small heavenly orbit to the large heavenly orbit, where the legs and the arms are part of the orbit as well? Well, this style does not do the typical Qigong thing by relaxing the leg so that you can push the Qi through, like in the 10th Qigong exercise. It does something different. It's like when you jump rope. Instead of making the circle larger, it makes the body smaller. So if I want to change from the small heavenly orbit under this to the large heavenly orbit with the legs, I make my body smaller. And then you get this. So, let's start. Drop. Up, inside of the elbow, rotate. Inside of the elbow, and when the arm drops, you drop as well. And up. So there. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. And that's all there is to it. So, with all this wisdom, we can continue to the Feijia. The funny thing is that the old style Tit Kun is on one side of the spectrum, Yang style Tai Chi, our Yang style Tai Chi, like you know from the 5 steps and from the long form, is on the other side of the spectrum. And Chen style is actually the overlap of the two. So each of these two has its own distinguished things that by which it clearly distinguishes itself from the other style, but there is a large overlap, and that's in the Chen style Tai Chi, the old style Tai Chi. And this exercise, which comes, the Feijia Gong, which comes from the Chen style Tai Chi, well, you can see a typical like movement, like that. So it's all different and therefore the same. Feijia Gong. First position of standing. Change to the second position of standing. The feet closer together, a V shape like this. One foot slightly overlaps the other foot. Position hangs in itself. Align yourself, soften the back, soften the neck, open the head, relax the dantian. Let's go. Open the position wide. Open up. Wide. Let go. Breathe. Yang Qi comes over the back. Outside of the arms. Turn hands. Feel the inside. Yin Qi goes down. And begin. Next. Keep the arms relaxed. It's the abdomen that shakes. Next. Change sides. Next. Spiral out, spiral in. Through the dantian, into the other arm, spiral out, spiral in. Again through the dantian. Always passing through the dantian. Up. Next. Yes, dantian rotation, very good. Palms up, palms out, palms in, and go. Good. That was it for today. A final word on all the exercises we are doing. Like today, I've done this. I've taken this exercise from Khun, the old style. Do you have to remember that or know that? No, it's just playing with energy. The movements are slightly off. Yes, if it's your style, then please be exact. But if you normally practice Tai Chi, then play with this movement and try to find the same things in your Tai Chi, because in the end, the physical appearance might differ, but energy-wise, it's all the same. And with that, I leave you. I wish you a very good. Stay safe, stay healthy.